Hello, 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 and welcome to another One Lion of Code. I'm One Lion. Code on this stream. Oh. Good night. I mean, hello. Hi, Dukasoft. Hope you're having a fantastic day. I'm dragging a little, but we're good to go. Hey, look. Nothing broke since the last time. We can redeem archery. And it gets started. And look, even the Discord browser source works. Ah, so nice to see that. So as you can see, we've been working on a bot game thing. And so now I have 7 seconds to complete my turn. Otherwise I get booted and Dukasoft becomes the active player. That's awesome that that's working. That's really cool. And since Dukasoft is the only one that is in the queue, once his timer counts down, it's just going to reset, giving him another 30 seconds until someone else queues up. We can definitely change that logic. I really want to figure out how we can do this in a way where multiple people will be able to do the archery thing. Maybe I'll just have them stack on top of each other and work their way up. Do you hear an amazing beat coming from our friend Tyndall? Hello, Tyndall. Konnichiwa. Ohayou gozaimasu. Actually, it's somewhere midday for you, isn't it? Shout out for Thinno if you're not already following him. There's a heart button up there. If it's hollow, then that means that you are not following him yet. And you have the opportunity to. 6:30 at night. Oh, I was there in your stream yesterday, but I didn't say anything, I don't think. And I was listening to you very quietly. I did a lot yesterday for my regular work day. And then at night, I was playing around with some stuff that I was interested in figuring out. Maybe related to this, maybe not. But for now, we're just going to continue doing this the straightforward way. So the next thing that I would like to try to implement is a naive approach for shooting an arrow at an angle to try to hit the target. Tarmac. And to do that, we need a few things. We need to know where the target is positioned. So we have distance, and distance translates to the target's game's wrapper. Useran distance. The target's center. So I need that to be the target's far right side to make it easier to do math. So we're going to move it left that amount minus 50%. So that, hey, thank you so much for the resub, Tyndall. You really, really don't have to, but I greatly appreciate it. Oh man. Super duper cool. Love you. Talk. Financial management tracker. Now with archery. In fact, we could use this animation in the financial management tracker. Let's say you full up Doc. Let's say you create some kind of budget and you check your status, and then the animation is rip, and then you let loose the arrow, and then it's either on target or short or slightly off target or long. I don't know, like if you exceed, I mean, if you do really well, then it should maybe make the target explode or something fun like that. But yeah, so our target needed to be use distance minus 50%. And so now I'm going to need the actual distance between the player and the target given the random distance. Crap. I feel like a square today. In what way, Dukesoft? I'm feeling just a little groggy, I guess. A little slower than usual. Oh, right, and this needs to be a calc. That's why it's being weird on my screen. Go. There it goes. That 50% might not be the 50% that I think it is. We're also going to try drawing a line. Kendall says, I've always seen you as more of a rectangle with rounded corners. Those are called squircles, I think. It's a squared circle. But it kind of sounds to me more like you're calling Dukesoft a circled square. No rounded corners on the Duketangle. How can I become a square? Just be you. That's terrible. That was mean. That was mean. And how are you able to queue again? Because you're not. Thank you, Dukesoft. You just found another one. Thank you so much. Okay, so one thing that we need to consider is when you do the queue, we also need to make sure that the current player. Wait, we are making sure. Oh. I think we need to do this before we actually queue you up in the list. Okay. Oh, that's what you meant. That's what you meant. How do you become a square? Okay, sorry. You use the archery redemption, and now you are the active archer. I want to be a rectangle too. Yes. Your name is starting to brush up against my shoulder. Okay, so anyway, we should have fixed that. So if you try to if you try to re-queue again, Thindle, then it should tell you that you are already the active player. Thindle, you're already playing. Okay, better. And then if someone else queues. Yeah, exactly. That's what's going to happen. So our next step that we are going to implement is you're just going to... Yeah, Dukesoft, not allowed. Don't do the math yourself. Just make guesses. Or do the math because you are that good. We're going to first just draw a couple things on screen for debug mode. Number one is we're going to draw the actual distance line between the center point Actually, yeah. Right now, let's start with just the center point. And then we will figure out what the rest of the distance is to the edge of the player. So, in debug, can you round the corners? I can round the corners. I absolutely can. Order, this, my forearm. Rounded corners. Rounded corners. So the archer, I guess since we're here and making these changes, we have the player. No, we have the archer and then the player caption inside of the archer. So the archer is position absolute, which means that it will also be position relatives. Did he just say position relatives? Sure. Yeah, we'll have it 2 font sizes above the player and centered on them. And there we go. Unfun fact, native CSS variable can't be set in scoped CSS files. Yes, they can. They can be set. Or wait, what's in native CSS? Like the CSS property, these thingies? Can't be set without a wrapping element on the component. Still don't know. Still don't know. Yeah. Like, the thing that you're probably thinking of is the usage of : deep. Can't be done without a wrapping container. So maybe the issues that you're having with setting the CSS property is an issue with. Yeah, you can't, to my knowledge, you can't use root inside of here. But yeah, anyway, well, we can figure out what you mean later. My brain is not fast enough to keep up with you. So here's what I'm gonna do. If debug, #if debug, and yes, you can use compiler commands inside of Blazor, inside of a Razor class. Are you using Grok? Do you have access to Grok? Like not ngrok or what we as developers probably have heard of before called Grok, but there's a new Grok in town.
We don't need to print the internet.
I am printing the internet though. Although I think you still need to put it inside of one of these. That's weird. We're gonna try adding stuff inside of here first, just to see if that clears it up. Stop doing that. I will hurt you. Class is distance line. I think that's it. That's all we're gonna do. Still no? You're still angry at that? Isn't that so beautiful though? I guess while we're here, one thing I can do is figure out what the name of these are. These are called .NET compile error. And in my browser source, we're going to tell you .NET compile errors are display none. And bingo, it worked. There are a lot of things that I need to turn to display none in the browser source. Okay, current player could not be found. Game page already contains a definition for empty string. Yeah, I don't think it likes these. Whoa, no errors. Great work. Thank you. A method must have a return type. Yeah, I don't think it likes me using this inside of an if statement. So I'm going to put it inside of curly braces. And then this should work because I've done this many times. Hello. Oh, forget you. Let's put it outside of the if statement. I think it's just completely angry at that if statement. Putting this inside of an if statement. So I learned something new today. I learned that you can't use the hash if debug in your Razor file inside of a control statement. All right, so that means that I will also need a if distance has value. Then we will display this thing. And distance line will be position absolute. I'm going here. Okay. Here. Distance line, position absolute. Bottom is going to be 1 rem. Dude. With a left of 50%, transform, translate x minus 100%, and a width of far use ran distance. Okay, so what we should see from this, as I save, is a line, one line, that will show up between the middle and the target and the right edge of the target. That's the hope. Hello? Oh, and you need to be refreshed. Nothing. Distance line, which is a width of negative 311 pixels. We need to use, is there an absolute value in CSS? I'm pretty sure there is. Are you an actual implemented thing? Yes. Support is, oh my goodness. No support. No support at all. It's on these weird platforms. That's interesting. So Firefox does, which Firefox rarely supports anything. Safari, Firefox on Android, and Safari on iOS. But no support on the rest of the common browsers. When does that happen? Why does that happen? Um, Rolls. Absolutely. Oh, goodness. Okay. I'm going to do it like this then because lazy. I will also do -- pause distance will be math.abs distance pixels value. So we know that it's not null here by this point in time. And then I will do pause distance. Use pause distance, bar pause distance, 200 pix as default, and your width is going to be use pause distance. Very good. All right, what does that look like? Do we now have a distance line that is not defined because I used 3. Okay. And then the other thing is giving it a little bit of a height. Actually, you know what? Let's do display flex, justify content, center, background color, pink. Okay, we should get nothing yet because it doesn't have a height. And we aren't going to use a height. Instead, I'm just going to use positive distance here. There we go. And color will be black. Okay, so this is wrong. I am offset too far. So why am I offset too far with the target? You don't have padding. I set your, let's do left instead. I doubt that's going to make it. Oh, that did make the difference. Interesting. Okay, so we should be good now. So we know the distance from the center to the target. But we don't know the distance from the archer to the target, except that I told it to be 363 pix. So I'm going to turn this into a variable. Am I? Is that what I'm going to do? I mean, it's just hard-coded. Maybe I want a way to be able to position the archer myself. So let's go ahead and do this. Use archer distance. And we're going to do archer distance. And this is going to be distance from center is how we're going to do this. So archer will be left 50%. And then it will be translate. You were doing it right, Copilot, sorry. Calc, use archer distance plus 50%. So we're going to move it to the right 50%. So the left edge of the archer should be the use archer distance value. And we will do use archer distance colon at, and then we will have a private archer distance. Archer distance, and I'm going to go ahead and specify from center in this variable name just so that I remember. Trans early to get there faster. Did I accidentally push trans early? That'd be hilarious. I wouldn't put it past myself. All right, so. Dude. I could have sworn that I copied this. Pixels. Man, I really don't like that the style attribute, the linter for the style attribute has so much trouble when you're using the C#. Okay, so our archer distance from center right now, no, that doesn't even look right. Our archer distance from center should have been exactly, the left edge of the archer should be right at the center, which should be right here. Position absolute, left is 50%. Transform, translate X, go to the right, whatever the archer distance is. And let's just verify that we have the right archer distance. Oh, because you are doing use archer distance. I see. That is not supposed to be use archer distance. That is supposed to be archer distance. There we go. Move. That still didn't work. Okay, that's fine. Oh, it didn't update yet. Why didn't you hot reload this time, dear sir or madam? I'm gonna manually change it. Oops, because it didn't help. Oh, because I didn't actually set a value for it yet. You shouldn't be nullable. Ah. Oh dear. I apologize for the energy levels if any of you are feeling that. Okay. Connect. Give me some pub sup, please. Drink coffee. So I think maybe the issue was the extra coffee that I had yesterday. I had a Starbucks yesterday, and I don't know how long it's been since the previous one. 2-3 months, maybe more. And yeah. I stayed up a little bit later than usual, not super duper late. And yeah. Anyway, we're connected. All right, let's get queued. All right, that still does not look like it is in the right spot. So archer distance is currently 0 parentheses pix. Oh man. All right. So archer distance is 0% or 0 pix. The element style gives us 0. The use archer distance is arch distance. You are my arch distance. This is... Whoa, that was creepy, Finite. Don't do that. He just whispered into his mic like this, and I could hear it behind me. There we go. Are we in the center yet? Thank goodness. Okay, so you still look like you are offset by a little bit. So man, what is your effective position? Can we see that in DevTools? Like you can tell. Oh, is it because the name is changing its overall width? And hi, Scott. We'll see when the name changes. If this shifts, it didn't shift. Okay. Why is the right at? Is it maybe because this thing is overlapping the player? And so I am offsetting the distance line too far is what's happening. That index 2. Yes, yes. Okay, so it's my distance line that is wrong. Why is my distance line not styled correctly? The pause distance sets the width. We set the left to be 50%. And then supposedly we translate it so that it moves left. It's got to be display flex. Okay, so instead I'm going to do text align center. Let's see what that does. Nothing. Z index 2. All right, why are you offsetting so far? If we set the left edge to 50%, then that would, well, let's do it one at a time then. Let's see what happens if we set only the left edge to 50%. It is still left too far. So same thing with the archer. CSS, that's why. There we go. Okay, so it's my archer's transform. Transform, translate x minus 100%. So what's supposed to happen here is we move this left edge to the left the width of this element. Or essentially we're moving the entire element over to the left, which is this way for you guys, 100% of its width. And we do that. Okay. Oh, duh. We don't need to move this an extra 50% because we're putting the left edge of the, oh my gosh, we're putting the left edge of the archer at 50%. And therefore, when we do it this way and we don't have an archer distance specified, then the archer stays there. Let's go ahead and put inside of our debug area, which is where? Right here. A button or an input type number. I don't know what this is. This is settings or something. Input type number, which we will increment in whole numbers. Which is called step, I think. And then we will bind it to the underscore archer distance from center. And we'll do label, archer distance, center. Why are you rebuilding? All I did was just, oh, probably the app bind. And is there an easy way to set the, yeah, there is. Debug, settings, display flex, justify content start, gap, rem. You didn't update with my new label. Hello. Give me my... And I'm actually going to turn it into a slider just for the heck of it. And isn't that actually an input type? HTML input type slider? Range. Cool. Okay, so let's make you an input type range with a min of 0 and a max of what was the original distance the archer was at? 363. So we'll do 360 even. Okay. We need to show up on screen. Okay. Oh, all right, all right. At bind event. This is probably going to cause another rebuild. At bind event will be on input. That way it changes every single time we move the slider. So this is going to match up to the slider. Beautiful. That's fun. You can refresh too. Okay, so now we have the distance from the archer to the target, or to the halfway point, and therefore the total distance will be private. So I'm going to rename you to target distance from center. Dang it. So that did update as needed. Oh, right. And I saved before I finished. This is what happened. I'm going to put you up there. Put all of my numbers together. String goes there. Wait, I said all of my numbers go together. Okay. Strings go there. Why does your Blazor page look like my Blazor pages? I designed it that way. I'm trying to do yours. Okay. Private double, full distance. Distance between player and target. Don't you just love these variable names? And actually you are going to be a read-only property, and this is going to be math.abs target distance from center plus archer distance from center. Okay, we almost have everything needed to do the maths. I thought I already told you to hide the .NET compile error. Huh. I need to figure out what those errors were that was different than the ones that we already hid. Did you try out Dev Drive yet? I have not yet. I've definitely heard good things about it. I don't know what is involved with it. Will I need to repartition anything? If so, then I have a bit of work to do. It's easy to set up, says Scott. That's good to know. I have the blog for it bookmarked. Okay, so you can set it up as a VHD. Do you know the pros and cons? Like, I assume it would be better to repartition or shrink your volume and then partition that way. But, well, I mean, the pros and cons between choosing to do the repartitioning versus using a virtual disk. Virtual volume, I should say. Would guess the same. Cool. Do you need virtualization turned on? Do you need what's the other thing? The thing that I currently have turned off that you can't use when you are using BlueStacks. BlueStacks is an Android emulator, and you can't have, what is it called? Hyper-V turned on and use BlueStacks. At least not the version that I have installed. Okay, so you don't even need virtualization enabled in UEFI. Interesting. Okay, well, yeah, I'll definitely look into that. But about a 25% build increase for SCAD, which is insane. Windows 11 build or later. Recommend 16 gigs of memory, minimum 8 gigs, minimum 50 gigs of free space dev drives. Minimum 50 gigs free disk space. Oh, and then this is another statement. Okay. Dev drives are available on all Windows SKU versions. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, it's just whether or not I need to do things like make the drive that I'm going to use with that, if I need to resize. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely going to use my C drive. It's an M2 with 1.5 terabytes free. So I'd probably give it 500 gigs for the dev drive, especially since I'll be doing Unity stuff on it. Maybe 250 would be enough. So I don't think it would be too hard to shrink it. Use Google Drive, my 2 terabytes. I mean, like, I assumed that would be a lot slower though, because that goes over the network. And I have to have an active internet connection. And what if part of my debugging process is more than just simulating disconnecting? I actually need to disconnect from the internet. But yeah, there you go. Why not net? Why not.com? Thank you, Tukis. I hope you're having a fantastic Wednesday. I'm a little slow today, but we're having fun. So what we're doing right now, instead of working on our primary stream project, which is this financial management calculator, I've moved to a process with the financial management calculator where we're redesigning the UI. So the majority of the app is implemented and working as expected. It's pretty nice. You're welcome to check it out on the GitHub page. It is open source. I have videos for the entire process from beginning to end to where we are now. And so we decided to GitHub Timonez. Nice, yeah, GitHub Timonez. Anyway, I can't read that. So this was the initial design. We went with this darker colored design. So we're redesigning it using Figma FigJam as well. And here is the FigJam for times in an excited way. Got it. So we came up with some ideas on how to improve the UI. We're actually doing a design process, a redesign process for the existing UI. And then I started talking about a stream game where you're an archer, you redeem the thing. This is me, by the way. You redeem a thing, you spawn in a fixed location, and then a target spawns at a random location somewhere at minimum 50% away from you, and you will shoot at it. And you will try to hit the target. And the way that you'll shoot at it is you will provide an angle and a magnitude, aka a vector, pretty much. And try to hit the target. And you get 3 tries. And so right now, this is what it looks like. Oh, this is what it looks like. The target is not correctly placed. Oh, as far as my drawings, you think that I draw this good? Thank you. I love meatballs. It looks tasty. My self-portrait is in the, oh, my self-portrait from the redesign looks just like the meatball tentacle alien. All the spaghettis. Okay, so the other thing that I want is to display the distance between. Actually, no. What I really want, what I really want. How do I do this? Is to show the full distance. And the full distance is called, what do I call the full distance? Distance between player and target. All right, that's what's going to go here. Distance between player and target is the number that I want inside. I don't know. Should I just make it both? I think I'm going to make it both because that's going to be easier for me to show on screen. So another distance line. And this is going to be called, so I'm going to have one called target and one called archer. Okay. And in our we're going to have our distance line, position absolute width. We will set the left equal to 50% no matter what. Then if we are a target line, target. I want a hot, I want a hot, I want a zig a zig ah. Is that what you're singing? I think that's what you're singing. Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. Yes, yes. What I want. Explain this part of the lyrics. We got G like MC who likes it on an easy V. Wait, why is there a dash after Anne? Anyway, on an easy V, doesn't come for free. She's a real lady. I can't explain it to you. I don't even know how it sounds in the song. You don't get translated at all, actually. Except that your width is going to be var archer distance. Okay, so your width is, use pause distance. I'm going to change ran distance to target distance. I am going to change that here too. Hey, what do you look like now? You look like you are done reloading yourself. Thanks for that and all. The song is really weird when you actually read the lyrics. Environment.newline. Hi, President, not sure. I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. I'm a little low energy, so I apologize for that, but we're still having fun, I hope. All right. Spawn me. You can't spawn me yet because I need to reconnect. Summoner. Yeah, this is the thing that I wanted to check again. So the only thing I did was click connect to PubSub. Yeah, and it's definitely not getting anything until I tell the bot to join chat. Good, good. There we go. Why are you so tall suddenly? Oh no! Wait. I think I may have broken my CSS. How did that break my CSS though? Yes, they're named the same. Oh, because this is targeting all targets. Okay, so I will suffix you with target distance and archer distance, and you get distance. Okay, that's better. That's better. Okay, so the last thing is getting the target to appear in the correct spot. It is off by just a here. Okay, thanks, Tyndall. I'll be here for another hour. Okay, so the target, the translate is incorrect. So we are starting with a left position of 50%, and then we are moving it left the distance that we say, so that's a negative number, minus half of its width. We need the entire width is what it is. Got it. Cool. So everything is positioned where it's supposed to be positioned. I think it's allowed to go left a little bit too far, but that's fine for now. We'll fix that. And I thought that the maximum x was supposed to be 360. I have the wrong thing inside of there. Archer distance from center. There we go. And the reason that I have it that far is because if I refresh this thing here and you queue up by using the Archer redemption, then you will see it show up right here. Okay, cool. And so if I interact with that and I increase the Archer distance, then you'll see that the furthest it can get is right there. That's not as far as I thought it was. I think that's okay though. I think that's okay though. Doesn't seem to be anyone around. All right, so I am going to have this thing initialize at that max distance of 360 because that looks fine. That looks fine to me, you know? 360. All right, and when I do that, we should be able to now calculate an angle and a magnitude. All right. Does anyone know math? Because I sure don't. Here's the cool thing. You don't have to know math. So, two things we know. Hello, Violet Dragon. That is an awesome name. Unless this is Max. Is this Max? With a new account? I love your new name. Wasn't it taken by you? Unless your name was Purple X Dragixon. Something. But anyway, Violet Dragon is an awesome name still. Great name. Nice. I see Shrek. Oh no, why does it look so terrible on my... It looks like a heart though. That's kind of cool. Anyway, if you can't see that, that's supposed to look like this. My chat display on stream is not wide enough. It needs some offset though to get the ears in place, or the whatever that is coming out the side of his head. Anyway, so here's the thing that I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do maths, and the thing that I want is a calculation of an angle and a magnitude. And so how am I going to visualize this? Okay, yeah, definitely. Thanks for stopping by and saying hi. You're always welcome to do that. You are a public. Why are you public? I'm gonna move you up here. Wait. Oh yeah, it is. Okay. Private. I was trying to think of this. My brain was just like paused. Wait. 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 Okay, stop. Stop. You're just going too far, man. No. Wait, isn't there an H and M? H and M. Haha. What am I missing? Comma. Save. Okay, so that's not right. None of these are actually right. We'll take this. If the current player is null, there's no one that's playing, so we actually shouldn't be trying archery. If target distance from center is null, there is no target, which this should never happen if there is a current player. So we're going to start with our distance from center, and we're going to figure out handle archery try will be a oh my goodness, I am so foggy. Double angle, double magnitude. Can you do the math? Check if the provided angle and magnitude are within the bounds. Oh, are within their respective bounds. So if angle is less than 0, oh, what did I say? Is less than negative 90, less than or equal to negative 90, or greater than or equal to 90, the angle must be between negative 90 and 90 degrees. Or non-inclusive. Whatever, we'll just do between negative 90 and 90. You can shoot straight up and straight down if you want. Who cares? Just don't hurt yourself. All right, if magnitude is less than 0 and greater than 100, yeah, so that's what I said. For now, I think it heard me when I said this on Monday's stream. Maybe it was last week's Friday stream. For now, we're just going to say you get a scale of 0 to 100. If you're good enough, then you can come up with the pattern for finding the correct angle to magnitude ratio. Like you always use 45 degrees and you always use 50, and you know that you're going to hit it when the target is halfway across, something like that. But we're going to introduce other elements like wind and yeah, whatever. We'll figure something out to make it an actual skill that you'll need. So with that, we now know that the magnitude and the angle work. So determine where the arrow lands using the angle of magnitude and gravity at 9.8 meters per second squared. So does that mean that we need to first move this into meters? So we're going to turn our pixels into a meter distance. Convert and /scale our full distance. Whoa! Whoa! Hold on, let me make this bigger so that we can see what that's actually supposed to look like. What is it supposed to look like? Is it supposed to make a picture? Mario! Got him! Okay. Here we go. This is what that's supposed to look like. That's beautiful. It's Mario! Oh man, I was watching a dev. No, I won't say that. To a reasonable distance in meters. Divided by 10? No. Dividing by 10 does not make sense, does it? 60 meters by default. That's pretty big, isn't it? I mean, I'm not very good with the metric system, but 60 meters seems like that's already far enough for a target to be. Add another 58, add another 60 meters. Sorry, 36 meters is what this would be. 36 meters still sounds like a lot. Add another 60 meters and you have 90 meters. So what is the typical distance to targets in archery competitions? 70 meters. Wow, that's actually pretty close to what we have then. Oh, that looks crazy in the chat, in the bot reading the chat. I should, oh man, it'd be cool if I could make a 100 meters is a soccer field, if that's any help. It is. It is a help. I used to play soccer. Okay, but man, that's really far. I guess we're going to be using longbows. So yeah, I guess 90 meters is massive. Huh. So yeah, I mean, this is fine, I guess. So we'll take the total distance, which I called distance between target and player. Distance in meters equals. Oh wait, is it because you actually captured it up here? Yeah, I don't need to capture it. We can just use this variable. It's fine. Divided by 10. And that should be a double. Okay. Then determine. So this is the one that I don't know how to do the math on my own. We would do something like use the, we would get the y component of this magnitude. So this is a velocity, essentially, the angle and magnitude. We get the y component, which our hands can't do that. We get this component, or I guess it'd be over here. Well, it's over here. Yeah, this works for you guys because you're backwards. We get this component by taking the angle and magnitude and then getting the tangent. Anyway, we get this component, and that will be our vertical magnitude. Then we find out how long it will take for that to hit its highest point. Oh, but we got to subtract. No, we got to add a certain distance for when it comes back down. Anyway, let's see if Copilot can do this thought for us, because I can't think of it. I wanted to write out the algorithm for it, but the whole point is to figure out how long it stays in the air, essentially. And you do that by figuring out what is the initial magnitude for the vertical component, which says do that, find out what time t is at its highest point, and then that should be half of the distance plus however far it is to the ground. And that's how long it will take. So we are taking the magnitude squared times the sine of 2 pi angle divided by 180 to turn it into radians, divided by 9.8 meters per second squared. Wait, why is that distance from center? Why do you keep wanting to do distance from center? Ah, okay, so this is not correct. The algorithm, oh, because of this here, that's why. Let's just get rid of this. If it can't find it from this, we will try to logic it, because we're smart people. We know how to do this. Arrow landing distance. Wait, this thing is considering that to be the landing distance. So the reason that we use sine here, when you have a triangle, this, and they say you don't need physics when you grow up as a computer scientist. I was wrong. Okay, where's my pen? Honey, grab my gun. All right, zoom in. I'm already lost. We know gravity is 9.8 meters per second squared. We know gravity is 9.8 meters squared. When you, which is not pen selected, when you, a person, which is not the right color, the wheels on the bus are wheels. All right. You have a ball. You launch the ball at what? That was a nice straight line. Did you see it? I hope you saw it. You launch a ball at an angle. One more try. There we go. You launch a ball at an angle. That angle makes a right angle with the ground. So this is some velocity that you are throwing it at. Let's say it is 10 meters per second. And at this angle, so this is the angle that we are going to be using. It's this inner angle from the horizon, from center. So that angle here, let's just say, is 45 degrees. What we're looking for is how hard did you throw it horizontally? And how hard did you throw it vertically? So we split it up into its two components, right? And so to find the y, that's the one that I always forget. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. SOHCAHTOA, sine, opposite over hypotenuse, cosine, adjacent over hypotenuse, tangent, opposite over adjacent. Ha ha ha, I remembered a thing. So remember, so, a, to, a. Wait, why did I put an H? No H. All right, so this means sine is opposite over adjacent. This means cosine is opposite over hypotenuse. That's why I need some H's in there. Opposite over hypotenuse is what I said. This one is cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. And then this one is tangent is opposite over adjacent. And so these values here, by the way, are in radians, degrees radians, right? Holy crap, Dugasoft, wicked message. I didn't make that myself. Hi, Abados. We're doing physics. We're doing physics and trigonometry. All right. So the first thing that we need to know, where's my mouse? Yeah. And then what that gives us is how high up will this thing go? Because once we have what the initial velocity, what the initial y component of the velocity is, we can do acceleration equals, or what is it? What is it? Position at x is equal to, or position, something of t. Something of t. What is the acceleration Oh my gosh, I forget. Anyway, I can explain it to Copilot and it'll do it. Something of t. First, determine the y component of the velocity. Y magnitude of the velocity's magnitude. Then determine the x component. Determine how high it goes. I still want more steps. Determine the time it takes for the arrow to reach its peak. It really is just velocity over acceleration. Meters per second divided by meters per second squared gives you seconds. Yeah, that's true. All right. Can I get that again, please? I accidentally. Next, double it, double the time to determine total time in air. So there was one other component to this that I will eventually remember how to do as we keep talking about this. But the physics problems that I remember are you are standing and you toss a ball up into the air. Like, let's just call this one straight up into the air for now. With an initial velocity of 3 meters per second. How long will it take? Or first of all, how high will the ball go? Because they usually asked it in parts. What is the highest height it will go? Then, how long will it take for the ball to hit the ground if you started at a distance of 3 meters? This is just physics. But yes, game dev. You'll know when someone yells, ouch. So yeah. So it's not only double the amount of time that it takes to reach its highest peak, but also from that last point in time, add how long it will take to fall from where it originally started, because that would be double the time, to the ground at its current velocity. And we don't even need to worry about terminal velocity because we're not going to be shooting that fast. So yeah, don't need to worry about that. So Dukasoft is like, it's time for a dad joke with all of this teaching stuff. By the way, I used to tutor physics and math, so I really should remember this a little bit better than I do. Anyway, Deflex said, I do swave question about Blazor and Angular if you're interested. It's rather lengthy, so not sure if you'd prefer in Discord. I would definitely prefer it in Discord because if you couldn't tell, I am in the middle of a thinking. Rico Suave. Oh, I do have a oh, I read that wrong. That was supposed to be Suave. I do have a suave question about Blazor. But yeah, post it in Discord, and then I will read it as soon as I am done thinking about this. Right, because I'm doing this in part so that I can actually logic this out. I'm gonna do a private double archer height. No, archer starting height. And we will start, let's see, if I am, I don't know how tall I am in meters. Convert 5'7" to meters. Meters. 1.708. So 17 meters would be the top of my head. So I guess I can visualize inches a little easier. So if I'm 5'7" and I held my arm straight out and I had an arrow going across, this is about 6 inches, maybe. Or yeah, how far is it from eye line to the top of the head? I don't have any of the rulers down here anymore. We'll just guess. This height. Yeah, I'll still say 6 inches. I think I love you from head to toe. My love. Okay, so let's say 1.5 meters. And then we will adjust it little by little. Depends on the foot length. Why can't a nose be 12 inches long? This was on Irish John's stream? No, Big Gaming stream, most likely. Because then it would be a foot. The starting height will be 1.5 inches. And since we have this already, we'll go ahead and add a label row. And this will be arrow launch starting wrap height. You know, the other thing that I forgot, I may be going a little bit too far into this, but when you start, all right, here's where's camera? I'll shoot this way because suddenly I'm left-handed. All right, my arm is out here. I pull the arrow back to my eye line or further, depending on how hard I'm trying to shoot. But what we are is the center of mass of the arrow is the thing that we want to determine what the starting height of that is. So when you move up like this, the center mass of the arrow also moves up along the arc for the angle that you were shooting at. But we're going to just say that it starts from a specific height. And we'll do increments of 0.1 of 0.05. I don't know. Anyway, hi Dragon Spirit Games. And we'll go to a maximum of, I don't know, 0.12. Sorry, I mean, we'll start from 5 foot even. 1.52. to, let's say 6'2", 1.88. How many total is that? 36. And we'll have it go in increments of 0.06, which should give us 10 or 6 steps, right? Maybe if I did 0.036, then that'll give us 10 steps. All right. That is 1.5. Wait, what? 5 foot is 1.52. Right, but I forgot to subtract 6 inches for the eye height. So 1.37. Hello, Irish John Games. Hey, do you know math, Irish John Games? I'm trying to do my own physics calculations for launching a projectile at an angle at a starting magnitude, so at a velocity. And Irish John Games is like, bye. Math. Never heard of them. Sorry, maths. Anyway, if you guys don't know Irish John Games, I'm sure you do. If you aren't already following and you do enjoy game dev and just a really good time, follow him up there. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I even have a diagram. So you are an archer and you are launching a projectile, launching an arrow essentially from eye level towards a target, and you are providing the angle and the magnitude in meters per second essentially. So the magnitude is going to be in meters per second. The target is going to be so many meters away. You can see that at the bottom of the stream right now that you can't actually read, or maybe you can read the numbers, but I can't actually read the numbers from eye level. But yeah, so we have normal gravity, 9.8 meters per second squared. We have our starting angle. We have our starting velocity. And we need to know how long the arrow will be in the air for. And also, will it intersect? I mean, this will be the second part, but right now I just want to know, where does it land? Yeah. Weight shouldn't matter because right now I'm not doing wind or anything like that. So we'll have a constant x velocity and a constant 9.8 meters. Wait. Yeah, all things are affected by gravity at the same rate, right? Does mass really affect how fast something falls? I forget that. What's the rule? I thought gravity affects everything at 9.8 meters per second squared regardless of... Wait. Yes, they do fall at the same rate. Exactly. In a vacuum. So we're in a vacuum and you're somehow breathing. But anyway, hi, Dragon Spirit Games. Hello to you too. Have I waited long enough to be able to give you a good shout out? I was lurking on your stream as well. Everyone was streaming yesterday. Yes. So if you're not already following Dragon Spirit, oh no, you didn't. You didn't. Let's do this with sound. towards a target, and you are providing the angle and the magnitude in meters per second, essentially. So the magnitude is going to be in meters per second.
You clicked
the target is going to be so many meters away. You can see that at the bottom of the stream right now that
a whole minute.
You can't actually read the, or maybe you can read the numbers, but I can't actually read the numbers.
It was 2 days ago.
From eye level. But yeah,
so
we have normal gravity, 9.8 meters per second squared.
So you can see this is 914
we have our starting
meters
angle.
away.
We have our starting velocity, and we need to know how long the arrow will be in the air for, and also will it intersect. I mean, this will be the second part, but right now I just want to know, where does it land? Yeah, where does it land? Yeah. Weight shouldn't matter because right now I'm not doing. Yeah, good. I did explain it correctly. I did explain it correctly. So we are essentially calculating using physics. Oh, that was the rest of the diagram, by the way. So we have this to show you what I'm trying to calculate is how far does it go and where does it land. And here is the actual diagram of the normal physics problem, because the horizontal distance we can determine once we determine how long it's in the air for. And it will be in the air for however hard I threw it in the y direction until gravity sets its speed to 0. So that will give us time t, half of time t. And then we double that to get the full time t for it to return to its position. And then how long would it take to go from there at its current velocity in this position to the rest of the way to the ground. So horizontal speed will be constant, whatever the x horizontal speed is. Dang it, I keep doing that. Stop. So we just multiply the horizontal speed by time t to get how far horizontally it travels. Indeed, there are friends that would find that boring. Oh, really fun problem. Plus, I wanted to send it to a friend because it's kind of fun for good game devs. Yeah, proof that fun is relative. So easy physics problem. We know that we just multiply velocity or divide velocity by acceleration to get time t. Yeah, because acceleration is velocity over time. And so time, yeah, let me write that down. This was another thing. Acceleration is v over t. Can I get the eraser? I can't get the eraser like that. Does anyone know where the eraser tool is? The eraser tool is Control Z. V over t, which means that time is velocity over acceleration. And so this is what we want. But we want where yeah, and wait, what? And so that t will give us, oh my gosh, I can't. I can't brain. Yes, this is exactly what I want. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Thank you. Easy. I know I could have Googled it, man, but I was trying to write it out logically and just do it in steps, but yeah. So we convert the actual distance that we see on the screen to meters first. And all I'm doing is just dividing this by 10. Because apparently, targets in archery contests are 70-ish meters away, which is insane to think about. This is from Tubby Crumbles, so you know it's Gucci. AF. Wait, what? Did that grab it from my my clipboard or the open browser? I didn't copy the URL. This is crazy. I did not copy the URL. I copied the formula. I don't even know if this is correct now. I don't know. First, find the actually, yeah, I need to know what the X landing position is. I need to know what the X landing position is. Why are you... Determine the distance the arrow traveled horizontally. This doesn't look like the same formula. I need D. I need to calculate D. And then, yeah, there's two things that I need. I need to calculate the horizontal distance it travels if horizontal distance is less than distance between player, distance between player and target. You didn't hit it. Otherwise, we need to check to see where the arrow is vertically at the target. Determine where the arrow is vertically at the target distance. I'm just going to assume that this is right. So if vertical distance is greater than target height, if vertical distance is greater than target height, which I now need as a variable. Oh, we got this. This is so close. Arrow launch height. And this is target height. So we're going to make the right. And since we're in meters, we're multiplying by 10 to get pixels. So the target height was 60 pixels. So 6. Wait, that doesn't seem right. Target height is not 6 meters. var use target height. Use target height var target height. So let's say how tall is the typical archery target in meters? Okay, this was better. 180.3 centimeters, which is 0.183 centimeters, so 1.8 pixels if I'm dividing by 10 to get meters. Right? Did I do that right? Or is it 100 meters in a... So 18 pixels. I can't brain. I suck at this. 18 pixels is your target height. Your player height is, for now, on average, archer height. Wait, because 1.8 meters is taller than a person. Because we found out that I'm like 1.5 meters tall. I'm missing a ton of stuff, aren't I? Okay, let's go up here. From my buddy, that was Tubby Crumbles, aka Chris. Goes in the machine. You gotta ask the right questions. QDX files music. Jeez Louise, that is so complicated looking. I feel like I need to go back to college after seeing something like this. Yeah, definitely. Like something went horribly wrong. Horribly wrong when I was being educated. Dragon Spirit Game says, somehow my brain is still trying to map this to day 207 of the financial management tracker, and my brain is fried. So I said this before, but we are doing the redesign of the financial management tracker. And one of the things I might want to have are like physics-based animations in my CSS. I don't know why I would want that, but you know, it's possible. So I somehow made it adjacent to adding a game to the stream that will allow you to redeem archery. You'll be queued up to play archery. Yeah, look at how small the target is compared to the person. I don't know, man. Cotton. Yeah. That is terrible. I need to work on my scale. So what if, how am I going to do that? Right now my scale is supposedly 10 pixels per meter. But that didn't work very well. So I'm going to do 60 since I'm running out of time. Archer. Oh, actually, I am out of time because in 5 minutes I have a meeting that I need to attend. Dang it. We're just going to do 60 and 90 again. Let me add this up here to my... In fact, I'm going to do it like this. Since there's so much here, I'm just going to do style. And then style is going to go back here. And we're going to do, actually I'll do it down here. Private string style. Need the @ symbol. Where is this colonel? Ah, I see. Yes, I did need. Okay. So style is archer distance, no quotation mark, target distance. Okay, so there we go. We now have a style. Need style. No errors. Everything should be fine. Financial gaming app. What I was thinking is maybe we can use this exact same UI for when we implement budgets and stuff, and you hit your budget target or you miss your budget target, then it's just an animation of your avatar shooting an arrow and either hitting the target or missing the target and making you feel bad about spending too much money. Because, you know, that's what I do. Wouldn't that be a gambling game? It's terrible. I do want to make XR experiences. DLC idea. Rise of Piracy, now with financial management app. Anyway, you missed. The arrow went over the target, true. True. Otherwise, we will find out how close to the center of the target were you. Determine how close to the center of the target the arrow was at the target distance, and then convert that to points. Convert that to points. So we won't animate this yet, but once we do, then we need to figure out how to animate this over time using just Blazor and CSS, because I'm trying not to use JavaScript. But I know that the smarter thing to do would be to use JavaScript and maybe WebGL or something like Three.js, but I'm not doing that. But anyway, lots of people. I'm going to just set up a raid to Bit Gamey because I know that he's okay with me raiding and running. But that's it for now. I'll be back on Friday. Hopefully we'll finish this up by then. Deflux, I'll look at your question after my meeting. I have another meeting at 1 o'clock or at 3 o'clock my time as well. And I have a lot of stuff to get prepared for my workday meetings. But yeah, that's going to be it for now. Check out Irish John Games in about a half hour from now as well. And yeah. Oh gosh, how is the bot not connected? Maybe we'll have time to reconnect. I will be posting the recording of this video to YouTube no sooner than 24 hours after I end the stream. This is what happens when you do work on the bot itself during the stream. And there we go. Feel free to join our Discord if you want. That's it for me for now. I need to hop into this meeting. Ciao.